took my makeup off and I've got something in my eye. This video is just going really well, isn't it? Hello, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm coming to you, I feel like people usually say fresh face when they haven't got any makeup on, but right now I feel anything but fresh, as I've been at work all day and I've just taken my makeup off to put it back on again. So I'm going to be showing you the makeup that I use, which is all kept in here, that I wear to pretty much every summer event. So I feel like in the last kind of like year or so I've really started actually stepping out my comfort zone and actually looking for makeup that actually suits me and works in my skin, and trying out different things rather than just sticking to the same old things that are fine but not great. So I'm going to start with the some moisturiser. I use the La Roche-Posay one at the moment. I usually use the Kiehl's one, but when it came to buying it this time I just did not have the money for it. So, but I actually think the Kiehl's one's better. They're both fine, but I just prefer the Kiehl's one. I actually think you use less of it as well because it's not in a tube, it's in a tub. And it just seems to go further. The La Roche-Posay one is good and really good for sensitive skin, but I think I will go back to the Kiehl's one next. I'm going to put some primer on, which is the Becca Skin Love, will you focus, there we go, primer. And this is just a sample, but I really like it. It's really nice. Not sure I would spend the money on it because it is just a primer. And I'm sure there are other primers out there which are really nice, but I feel like I'm not actually that close. I actually ages ago asked you guys what did you want to know as well, so I thought I'd do a little Q&A at this point as well. So what should I start with? Why did I start sewing is one of the ones that I got asked by a few people, and I actually did a video on it, but I basically started sewing as a bit of a stress outlet. I kind of just wanted something that I was doing for me that wasn't anything to do with work, because I read a lot as well, but I'm also an editor, so it does mean that sometimes reading can feel like it's your job rather than relaxing time. So yeah, I just wanted something that was completely unrelated to my job, that I was going to enjoy. So for foundation, I'm going to do use the Bourjois Healthy Mix foundation in shade Vanilla, which is number 52. I really like this one. And oh, I didn't get my beauty blender out. Oh, seriously, Alice mate, you could have prepared. Okay, I'm back. Beauty blender, it's a bit gross, I know, but they always get a bit gross. So I just start in the middle and then work out. Leading on from that, I also had, what is your favourite non-sewing related hobby? So I've actually I have a few. I'd probably say that sewing is my main hobby at the moment, but it's not always like that. I do also dance. I don't do any dance at the moment because the class that I was going to, it moved and I haven't got around to going anywhere else yet, but at some point I probably will start again. But it's so expensive to dance in London. It's actually ridiculously expensive. I can't really afford to be paying like £15 for a class or more. It's just a bit ridiculous. I put way too much foundation on my hand. Let's just use some of it up on the neck. And on the ears, which always end up bright red for some reason. There we go. That's a bit better. The next thing I'm going to use is the Glossier Stretch Concealer, and it's it just comes in a little tub. I really like it. So I just use that with my finger because I find it warms up the product a bit better, and then I just dab it beneath my eye. And I'm going to need a mirror for this. So I'm going to be looking over here instead. What are my favourite fabric haunts? I actually don't go in person to that many fabric shops. there's not a particular reason for this. It's just I have the Village Haberdashery is really near me, so I go there a lot. So that's the one in West Hampstead. So they're like, if I forget something or I need some help on something, because the women there are amazing, so friendly. So I do go there quite a lot. But I actually also order online because I am a sucker for a good Instagram flat lay of some pretty fabric. So yeah, that is where I get most of my fabric is. I just buy it when I see it, someone post it on Instagram, and like, they've basically done the hard work for you by posting it. I'm very lazy at shopping, I hate shopping. Next I'm going to use the Glossier Cloud Paints. So I have them in Dusk, which is the more orangey one, and Puff, which is the pinker one. And I use Dusk as a contour and Puff as a blush. And then leading on from that, I've got asked my most favourite fabric of all time. That's a really tricky one. I don't really know. I feel like, does it mean fabric type or a specific fabric? I'm not sure. This looks crazy. It looks like I'm putting on war paint, but I swear to you it does blend in really well. The best way to use these, by the way, isn't with your fingers, it is with a beauty blender. So I just dab them in until they look a bit more like a normal face. My favourite fabric. I think my favourite one to wear would be, I did not blend this in very well when I wasn't using a mirror. My favourite one to wear would possibly be viscose. I really like, I like woven clothes more than I like jersey, which I know is kind of like, people are always like, oh, but jersey's amazing, it's so comfortable and that, but I'm just not feeling it. Just don't really care that much about it. I wear jersey t-shirts, but that's it. I really like viscose. I'd probably possibly say out of all the viscose I've sewn, it would be one that I used to make a dress for a wedding with, which was from Like So Amazing, and I really like that one. It's just so pretty, and it's so not my style either. I usually wear blues and reds, and I don't usually go for florals either, so I think I just really liked it because it's just different, just something a bit different. Then I'm going to use the Puff one, just pop out to my finger. You do not need much of this, I put way too much on. You do not need much at all, because otherwise you do look a little bit like sunburned. I'm actually really digging some of Glossier's stuff at the moment, not all of it. I really like the cloud paints and the boy brow and the stretch concealer. I have repurchased the boy brow and I would definitely get that again, and I would definitely get the pink one of this again because I really like the kind of dewy look that it gives. I'm the less certain on the concealer, I feel, not the concealer, the contour. Next I'm going to do my brows, so I have the Glossier Boy Brow, which is upside down, and that is, it has a little tiny little wand on the end. I really like this one. It's just so good. They don't last that long, but they are, I think they're £14, so it's not too bad. If I can make a dress for anyone in the world, who would I make it for? The idea of sewing for other people doesn't really thrill me. I don't think I would. I'd like other people to sew for me, that would be nice. Someone really rich who would pay me a lot of money? Is that a good reason? But yeah, no, I'd just sew it for me. That would be good. And I feel like my dream project though would be a ball gown. I do really want to make a ball gown, but I have zero reason to ever wear a ball gown in my life, so it's probably not going to happen. But I would really like it to happen, so if anyone knows of any balls, and I'm talking like proper ball gowns rather than just cocktail dresses or evening dresses, I'm talking kind of You know that scene in The Princess Diaries where she comes down the stairs and she's in like the full ball gown and she just looks so glamorous? Yeah, that is the kind of level of ball gown that I want. Mia Thermopolis level of ball gown. So the thing with Boy Brow, gloss, this stuff, is it does take a while to get it right. I tend to brush up in the middle and then brush up and out towards the ends. I'm not a makeup artist, I'm just someone who puts things on their face. So if you like this look, then go for it. If you don't, then you do you, girl. You do you. I use this eyeshadow primer. It is really cheap and cheerful. It is the Makeup Academy one. I do not see the point in paying for the Urban Decay one, which is supposed to be amazing, but it also costs like £20 for something that you just stick underneath eyeshadow. So yeah, this one, it works, and that's all you kind of need, isn't it? I think it was about £3.99. But it just makes everything stick a little bit better. I feel like I've moved away from the camera again. Let me come back. There we go. That's my face. In your face. Hi! Just wiping my hands from all the stuff I've got on them before I do my eyeshadow. And my eyeshadow brush as well, apparently, because I did not clean that after last time I used it. Which was only yesterday, so I mean I feel like it's actually acceptable. But I don't want to say the last time I cleaned my makeup brushes because you will be horrified. If I could live in another country, which country would I live in? So my partner is from Ireland, so I feel like realistically that is probably where we're going to end up. Before I actually continue, I'm going to tell you what this is. I'm using Georgia Peach, but it's from this MAC palette, and it is this one up here. So it's just a kind of base colour. So yeah, I feel like Ireland would realistically be where we would move at some point. Yeah, it's not really like wildly different, so I feel like that would be a bit of a cop-out to say. I would love to live in New York. I am definitely a city girl. So I've done that as a base, and then I'm going to use the Naked One palette, which is, I mean, it's a classic. If it ain't broke, then don't fix it. This has everything in it. It's got like, you can do like rose gold look, you can do a neutral look, you can do a bronzy look, I've never used these, but smoky eye look. Oh, I'm using Sin, by the way, in here, which is this light rose gold. Yeah, I really liked Copenhagen when I went. It was really friendly there as well, which I think makes a massive difference. Like, I wouldn't want to live anywhere where it felt unfriendly, and people always say that London's unfriendly, but actually I don't really think so. I think it is. So I'm just going to put this over like 3/4 of my eyelid, and then I'm going to take Toasted, which is this, oh, it's coming up a really weird colour on here, but it's this one. It's kind of like a purplish colour. Goes really nicely with Sin in this. I don't know why I've gone for purplies more than golds this time, but they are my two go-tos. I do really like the purple, so I just kind of pack it into the corner. Just going to make them look vaguely even. Hopefully. Sort of. There we go, that looks okay. What else do I need? Need to blend it with, I'm just using a Real Techniques brush. Those brushes that I used before were Eco Tools. And I'm just going to blend it out, like so. Blendy, 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 into the blendy boiler. Blendy, blendy, blendy. Oh, I've got it all over my face. What is the downside to doing your eyeshadow after you've done your rest of your makeup? It does make the rest of your makeup be in mortal peril of being completely and utterly destroyed by falling pieces. But But I think we're okay. I think we're cool. So what should I do now? This is my mascara. It's an oldie but a goldie. Lash Sensational by Maybelline. I mean, it's just so cheap, and it's very much one of those cheap and cheerful ones. I really like it, and it just separates my eyelashes and makes them look not blonde, basically. Wiggle at the bottom and go through. I'm sure you all know how to put mascara on, you don't really need me to tell you. Were there any more questions? Quite a lot of these were actually fairly similar, so I probably answered most of them. Oh, except, are you a pattern hacker, or do I follow the rules / instructions? Well, usually I would have answered that with definitely follow the rules. However, I decided to hack a pattern that I already own, and my favourite trouser pattern for the way it fits around my waist and hips is the Camille jumpsuit by Sew Over It. It just fits me really well. Sew Over It patterns do, that's the thing, their block must be fairly similar to my proportions. I'm going to use that pattern, and the waistband is currently all one piece, so I'm going to split that so that I've got it in multiple pieces so that I can insert ties into the side, and I'm going to make the ties slightly bigger than the waistband and then gather them so that you've got a bit more fabric in the tie. And then I'm going to taper the legs in. So, I mean, I think that's probably my biggest pattern hack that I've ever done. What step do you take the longest over? Mine is always mascara and brows. I think I've done okay. I think it's okay. One thing I forgot to do is usually at the beginning, then I would put on this very sweet Disney Princess lip gloss, just to soften my lips ready for putting on whatever lipstick I'm going to put on. Itchy nose, itchy nose, itchy nose. What else do I need to do? Oh, the last step, apart from my lips, is the Becca Glow Glaze Stick, which is a little bit grubby, but it's so nice. It looks like this. And then you just like paint it on, basically. Can you see? Can you see? Is that showing up? I must do. I am glowing like Rudolph himself was dipped in Moroccan argan oil and then covered in glitter. I think that's good. A good amount of extra glowy. And I just tap that in to make sure that there's no like really obvious lines where I put it. But it is amazing. Now you're probably wondering why I don't have any powder. That is because my powder currently looks like this. So I'm in the market for a new powder, lads. Let me know which ones you recommend. I like something that's nice and glowy and not too matte, which is why I'm not buying this one again. It's the Rimmel Stay Matte one. I've had this for literally years. I mean, not this very one, but it does kind of look like I've had it for years though. But I've had Rimmel Stay Matte powders for ages. I think I first got them when I was about 15. So I feel like, 12 years later, it's probably time to move on. So do hit me up with your powder recommendations below. And finally, for the lips, what should I do? I just ran out to take my potatoes out the oven. Little like potatoes that I've chopped up for my dinner to have with some various other things, and I have done the stupidest thing in that I just stuck one straight in my mouth and now I've burnt my tongue. I need to learn patience. One of these days I will learn patience. So, what lipstick do I choose today? I'm gonna go for this one. This one is kind of my go-to for when I'm not entirely sure what I want to go for, because it's just a really nice neutral. So I'm going to use a really old Maybelline lip liner to line my lips. I have lost my sleek one that I usually use, So this one is going to have to do, but I've also lost the pencil sharpener, so this hurts a little bit. See, this is the reality of watching someone put their makeup on who is not a bona fide makeup artist. He's just trying to get by in life without making their contour look like a clown. So I'm not going to tell you what that one is because it's about 14 years old, so you won't ever be able to find it again. But I am going to show you this. So this is a Clinique one. It's got a really cute packaging, and it is the Love Pop lipstick. It's really nice. I really like it because it's quite close to my natural lip colour, and it's a little bit shimmery, which is nice. Can't tell it quite stay in this. Okay, I have merrily screwed this up, but I have lips. They've got lipstick on them. So this is the look I'm going to go for. Oh, I'm going to finish with one more question, which was from Joy from Pink Cloak Club, who asked, if I were a biscuit, what kind of biscuit would I be? I think I would go for a hobnob. On a good day, a chocolate hobnob, because then you've got that layer of fun on the top. On a bad day, just a plain hobnob, because it's a little bit crumbly. Not so good in the mornings, very nice in the afternoon. Got that little bit of texture to it, a little bit of like nuts in there, and yeah, they're also one of my favourite biscuits, so I am biased. So yeah, I guess I'll just, all that's left to do now is to get dangerously close to the camera. None of the bloggers ever tell you that it's actually really hard to look down and move your face so that people can see your makeup without actually seeing if you're in frame. But it's me. I have makeup on my face and I'm gonna go and take it off now so that I can go to bed. Ugh, yes, best part of the day.